That sounded horrible.
That did not sound safe.
Something is not connected in the rear of this car. If it charges, I'm buying it. If it doesn't charge, I'm not dealing with it. It's really... This is awesome. This video is brought to you by Nokian Tires, a leader in safety and sustainability. Maximize performance and efficiency with their made in USA all-season tires and their dedicated Hakkapeliitta EV winter line from the inventor of the winter tire. Learn more at nokiantire.com/EV. This video is also brought to you by Magna, forward for all. Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. I was on Facebook Marketplace, and that's a dangerous situation.
That's way too dangerous.
And we have Out of Spec Dave's Model X right here. We happen to be in Denver. I checked Facebook Marketplace and I found the cheapest e-Golf I've ever seen for sale. $3,500 asking. Normally these things are $8,000 to $10,000. This one's got 125,000 miles on it and it is beat, but they only want $3,500 for it. So we've swung by where it is. You can see it's just over here, and it's got DC charging. I've already checked the port. We have our scan tool. We're going to see what's wrong with it. We have the keys. So let's should we buy an e-Golf for $3,500? Get it back into shape? I mean, it needs some love. It needs tires. It needs the smoke gotten out of the interior. It's a smoker's car. It's cheap. But I feel like this would be kind of fun for, I don't know, the B class is going to take a while to get fixed, it sounds like, and I kind of want a hatchback to cruise around in, just to like have a beater car, and I feel like this would make a great winter beater. So let's go check it out. Alyssa, how into the e-Golf are you?
When you open the doors, everything went away. I can't do the smell of smoke, so you'll definitely be driving this home if we buy it.
Yeah, but I think we can ozone it. We're going to exchange the seats anyway. So I'll take the viewers on a tour. This is a 2016 Volkswagen e-Golf. Actually, because I think I'm buying a used EV at a dealer, I get a tax credit. I don't know. It's a $4,000 tax credit, but it's 30% of the car's value. It's not clean. It is really not clean. You can see it needs a new windshield. Windshield's cracked. Definitely it's sustained some front bumper damage because half the clips are missing in the wheel wells, and like it's just a little bit nasty. It's got Barum tires on it. Oh yes, we love the Barums. And never heard of them. It's got a different brand of tire on the rear. And you can see it sustained a little bit of hail damage, but overall, like, I think Colton could get this thing and really clean it up. You can see so many scratches around the charge port. Imagine doing 125,000 miles in an e-Golf. That's crazy. And it's got a dent in the back, but you know what? It's like, it's a Golf. These things there's so many parts for them. This is the 7th generation Golf. And I've always kind of loved the e-Golf. You can see it's got a little thing here, a little Bondo. We know a guy. I think that's the theme for this car, is we know a guy. Oh, gosh. Yeah. The interior isn't as bad as it actually looked in photos. The back seats look nice. Headliner looks nice. It does have a very strong odor of smoke. But here's the thing. These seats are fully exchangeable, and you can buy a set of Volkswagen GTI or Golf R seats from the generation for just a few $100s for the entire interior. So, you know, you buy the car, you spend $500-600, exchange all of the interior, all the carpets, ozone it, the smell might go away.
Yeah, it seems like quite a bit of a project, and if you're having to do the project, it might take as long as the B-Class.
Right, it might take forever, but at least it's here in Colorado, right by our house, and you can see we have the Model X over there. The guy who is selling the car has a old Maserati with expired temporary tags, so we know he's a trustworthy individual.
Yeah,
this is definitely one of those situations. But let's see, do you have the key, Alyssa?
Yeah.
So she also has our Autel scanner. This is the MaxiSYS UltraEV scanner. Not sponsored, but the perfect use for this. This thing's like $7,500, and it will scan every module in the car, tell us battery health, any issues. Door struts might be slightly weak. So there's no place to put a physical key. It is a push to start. So foot on the brake pedal, on we go. Starts right up. It says an ESC error. We don't want that. Hill assist, who needs that? Inspection now. Well, that's what we're about to do. It shows 25 miles of range at 75%. Oh boy.
Wait, 25 miles at 75?
12 volt battery low, charged by driving. Add washer fluid. Oh boy. Error, electrical system, service vehicle. Okay, this might be a little bit more hectic than I want to get into.
They've had this on the lot for a very long time and have done jack shit for it.
Yeah, no, this has sat here for a long time. I don't.
Yeah.
So let's plug the Autel into it. Let's see what's going on. This is a good indication, though, that its power meter is at max, and that indicates that it can make full power right now. That's great. Great news. And it's sitting at a healthy state of charge. Yeah, E-Manager. So there's no departure times in this one. Let's take a look. Since start, since charge, 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Oh, man, look, it's got some pretty good efficiencies. This thing's not looking half bad, Alyssa. Not looking half bad. I mean, kind of 3/4 bad, not half good. All right, let's plug this in and see what it says. Okay, so here I have my Autel scan tool. I'm gonna come to Volkswagen CV, or is there just a normal Volkswagen? Yeah, maybe that's commercial vehicles. Standalone diagnostics, diagnostic program loading. Let's clean this thing off. Let's read the VIN, see if it can do that. Yeah, it's got the VIN right here. Can you see everything okay, Alyssa? I can make the brightness brighter. Brightness, boom. Mm-hmm. Okay, vehicle type. It is a Golf USA. It is a sedan or wagon? I would say wagon. Okay. Someone almost just had an accident.
The Fiat.
Yeah, the guy who was just here. Actually, I think they did crash.
Did they? Oh, my Atlanta. They're yelling.
Okay.
They're barking. Yep, there he goes.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Are they still yelling?
Yeah.
Things, the part of town that we're in, where you find $3,000 e-golfs. So here are all the modules that it found. Sound system, all these things. There's tons and tons and tons of modules here. There's also a high voltage system diagnostics. So battery energy control module. That's the most important part of any car, of course, is the battery control module. So let's go into this one and let's see what we can find. Network is not available. Geez, what the heck? I got to hook it up to my phone because it's got to do some internet stuff. Let me get that going. We're connected. Battery pack information. So I would never buy a used car without this anymore. This is the small battery, the 75 amp hour one. So it's going to be communicating into the battery systems at the moment. What a cool thing to have, this scan tool for all of these crazy electric cars. He also has an old Leaf over there, like ours, except white, so not racing red. It's doing a lot of flashing and beeping and scanning. So here we go. Loading. And here we go. Nice. So let's see. Total voltage. It's at 63% state of charge. It's got 27 modules. They all look, it says the battery pack is okay. Let's see. State of charge. Voltage delta looks good. Here's each individual cell. Yeah, I mean, from highest to lowest, it's balanced. Battery pack information, air cooling pack, that's right. Theoretical range, BMS parameters. I mean, nothing here is looking that bad, Alyssa. Other live data. Wow.
Wow.
Love all the data here. Limit for DC fast charging. Yeah, so it'll DC fast charge just fine. 330 amps. predictive limit for charge current because it's probably cold. 150 amps would be my guess. Battery temperatures. Wow. This is all looking great. And let's go to the auto scan of the entire car now and look at all of the faults. So the big question is, how is the battery pack? It might be degraded, but at least it's healthy and balanced and all good. So I'm going to go for a fault scan on everything right now. How many faults do you think it'll have?
Well, my e-tron had over 20, so I hope this has over 20.
If this has less than your e-tron,
then I will be concerned.
well, we're at 10. And keep in mind, a lot of these faults are sometimes they pop up intermittently. It's like if it loses a quick communication with something, if the 12 volt's dead, which it is on this one, it's low, it could pop up more warnings and more issues and things like that. So
there's a lot going on here.
They got a lot of people in and out of this place.
I mean, look at the quality of their sign.
Nice.
Elite Motors, wow.
Alyssa, it only has 12 faults.
What?
It's also a much more simple car than your e-tron is, of course. So, hold on. Let's just come back here. So we have ABS control module, electronic stability program. So we can go into these modules and we can like see what's wrong with each one. Steering angle sensor mechanical malfunction. So that's probably why the ESP isn't working. Tire pressure system is unfunctional. Function restriction caused by energy management on the air conditioning. Activation for horn doesn't work.
What?
Yep, I would agree. Horn doesn't work. So my guess is that it probably was crashed and the airbag blew. Let's see.
So could we even insure this?
Oh yeah, it's a car. It's probably got some nasty stuff on the title. I haven't even asked him yet. And then no response on a lot of these things. Honestly, none of this looks bad. It looks like, okay, there's some issues with the steering and like the horn isn't working. And I guess that the steering angle is what's causing the ESP module to not work. I'd like to drive it and see if ABS works. I'm guessing it doesn't. Let's go into the module on this one. Okay, live data. We can do adaptation. Let's do all parameters. Wow. Look at all this stuff. This is like, obviously Golf supports electric and combustion, but this is so cool. So it's at 14 volts. Accelerator position sensor working fine. This all looks not bad. It just seems like it needs some love. It needs a wash.
I mean, I don't think they've like touched this
No.
clean wise.
And we should show the viewers. The previous owner's cards are all in here, like debit cards, charge point cards, come and go rewards. So we know IKEA, I won't want to show his personal info on here, but like his personal information and like cards are in here. So what happened?
What happened to Jack? We'll call him Jack.
Let's call him Jack. What happened to Jack? You know, the range isn't looking so good.
At all.
I'm going to go through if I can see if I can find a state of health on the battery pack in here somewhere.
So we've got some air in the tire. Kyle's plugging this into the wall to see if it charges, and then we're going to go see if it DC fast charges after.
The EVSE has actually fried the charger more than anything. This is I've never even seen this EVSE before. So he says it has about a 50-mile range when full. 45 to 50 miles.
That's
It's like
okay.
our smart cars.
No, smart car is more than that.
Yeah, smart car goes up to 70. It does appear to be charging.
Nice.
It says 6 hours to full. Well, I just put it on Twitter, should we buy this thing? And it's got 42 likes. And if you don't, I will. Send me so I can buy it. Yes. I'd buy that today. Yes, obviously. Duh. So, okay.
You guys are really bad influence, is what
You
that
know,
is.
The real smart people here have spoken, the rational viewers. Error hill hold assist. Error ESC.
Some massive tint on these windows.
Hell yeah. Inspection now. We are. Error TPMS. 12-volt battery low. I mean, I just feel like, what's another project?
Nothing. It's
Okay.
Just more
Error
things.
electrical system. That's the only one that freaks me out. But okay, we have a B mode and a D mode. So let's run it in B mode for one pedal. We'll put it in normal for max power output. And it's got some creaks from the front end. He said the alignment's off, but oh, it's got a rear cam out the Volkswagen badge. That's nice. You can hear the badge flip up.
Yeah, I thought that was like a windshield wiper thing.
Yeah, so the steering's a little creaky, but that's, you know, this is just normal Volkswagen Golf stuff that can all be fixed. Okay. The only thing I need to do is the floor mat is kind of wedged under the pedals, so let's get that out of the way.
You know where you're going?
Where am I going?
Him's good boy.
Plug share, directions, Westminster City Center. Where's the quick navigate? Oh, directions. Let's go for it. Off we go. 5 minutes to the charger. Wow, alignment's way off.
Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious.
The horn doesn't work. I'm guessing it was involved in some sort of front end collision and they just kind of hobbed it back together. Oh man, it still feels sharp though. And it pulls hard to the right. But you know what? It doesn't feel like danger. It feels soft and cushy.
Okay, so you'd want me to drive this around?
Not at the moment, I don't think.
Okay, yeah.
Full power. That's full set. Wow. Torque steer like crazy. I think like whatever is connecting all the front wheels on this car, not connecting. Nice X5M in front of us. Always loved that generation. Just kind of, it's like NASCAR. Turn left. You know what? The rattles, it's better than my Model S. It's a Golf. It's a German tank. It's built well. It just needs a quick go through. The guy, I talked to the guy who's representing the car, who's selling the car. He was totally upfront with me. He's like, look, dude, I bought the thing at auction. And he's like, so many people came to look at it and they were just worried about battery degradation and they thought the battery was broken. And I'm like, no, I just scanned it and the battery's healthy. It just has 125,000 miles. So it's degraded quite rapidly. And he's like, yeah, I know, but no one understands that. So he's like, that's why I just dropped the price to the floor, $3,500. He's like selling it for what he's into it, basically for what he got it at auction. And I really think like, you just align this thing, you probably don't even need to do anything else. Ignore the warning lights. I do want to make sure that like the airbag works and stuff. We may test that in a future video. But no, I want to like just do a safety check. We'd bring it to Ed Carroll in town. We're really good friends with our Volkswagen dealer. Just have them run through it, get the car kind of in order. Looks like the EA charger's just over here. But I gotta tell you, Alyssa, this thing in B mode, it feels good. It's a little trippy driving a wheel like this. But the EA chargers are just in here. So I'm trying to get over there. Okay. Well, let's go meet you over at the EA chargers. But brakes, strong performance.
Your expectations for some cars versus others is just way off the charts.
Well, I mean, my Model S, I spent $50,000 on a Plaid, and it feels like the whole rear end is not connected to the car. That's unacceptable. This is a $3,500 e-Golf with really cheap parts availability because it's a Mark 7 Golf. They were everywhere, all around the world, with tons of aftermarket support, great upgrades available everywhere. We could probably run to a junkyard, get a windshield. This is a heated windshield. Wow. Full power. It's fast. Okay, let's do a brake test. You ready? Not bad. It stopped.
Wow. Great.
No, that was full brakes and we didn't get into ABS.
Yeah, no.
It also does not regen. I'm noticing.
Okay.
So that is a That might be an issue with this whole brake booster thing not totally functioning, is we have no regen at all. But who needs regen? Let's go plug it in.
And here we are arriving to a pretty full EA station.
So there's a Solterra or BZ4X on the right. There's ID4, Bolt, another Solterra rental car. Let's back this thing on in. Nice backup camera, gotta say. And we're parking next to an ID4. We really have to hurry up because we are late for this meeting that we have. Okay, and the mileage counter seems pretty good. All we need to do now is just see if it charges. All right, CCS port in. Now this car speaks on DIN 70121, which is different than ISO 15118. So there's got to be some old logic in these chargers to charge things like this, and i3 speak that language. So we're going to go to charger number 4, swipe to start. Oh, baby. If it charges, I'm buying it. If it doesn't charge, I'm not dealing with it. Come on over. Oh, initiating. Take a look. Initiating. And thank you for choosing Electrify America. Oh, 55%. It is charging. Are you kidding me? 34 kilowatts. That's better than the Leaf. The Leaf is at like 8 kilowatts at 55%.
Great.
Say hello to my new daily driver. Man, if only the B class was fixed, I wouldn't have the desire to have something like this. But you know what I'm going to do? We're borrowing my dad's Model X. I think I'm going to tell him I'm sending out the plaid, and then this will arrive on the trailer. Okay, it charges. That's all we really needed to see. 56%. So let's hit stop charging. We don't have much time. So we also drove it here completely with no license plates. The guy doesn't have temp tags or dealer plates.
Yeah. Typical. It's your average dealer.
All right, let's roll. You want to drive it, Alyssa?
No.
All right, most important thing. Let's see how fast it can start up and move. So right now it's off. So start button, into drive, and remove. Oh, that might be a new record. That's awesome. That's how I like to drive. Start and out the driveway. Okay, let's go back to, forget the name of his shop.
Elite Motors?
Elite.
Well, I think
That's
you
right.
just go out that way.
There was a no exit, no outlet sign. Which we actually need outlets for an electric car. Ah, punny.
So punny.
All right, well, let's go get this thing. This is awesome. I'm really sorry to everyone around. We don't have license plates. We're fitting in.
Jeez.
Man, imagine getting like a nice Golf R steering wheel on this thing, Golf R seats, Golf R wheels.
Just sounds very expensive.
No, it's a Golf. Everything's cheap.
Yeah, everything's cheap, but then you're going to want to fix everything.
It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Burnouts. Okay, we got to navigate back the way we came, which I think was down here.
I don't remember.
Man, what do you even put license plates on cars for? We haven't been pulled over yet. Oh, that felt and sounded horrible.
That did not sound safe.
Something is not connected in the rear of this car. Okay, needs all new suspension. Oh boy. And look how much it pulls to the right. I'm gonna let go. Just goes that way.
It's a great buy. Here we go.
That's why the range is so poor. We're just scrubbing tires the whole time. As soon as we get it aligned, the efficiency will increase.
Wow.
Now I'm driving around. I don't even know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no regen. That's a concern. But it does charge, so whatever. So every time you hit a bump in this car, like a big bump, you change lanes. There is no control. I don't know if it's just that the dampers are completely gone or the suspension's not connected, but it like rides really nice, and then you hit a bump and it goes. It's unbelievably not connected to stuff. I've never driven a car that's more unsorted from a suspension standpoint, but I gotta tell you, it freaking rips. Like, that's 60 miles an hour, and it's just a missile. So we are here at 700 feet, it says. I don't think it's this light, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
right here.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, there, that place.
Yep.
So let's see if we can come around the backside. But wow. I wouldn't come to these guys if you want like a sorted car. But if you want a cheap car, that might... There's a light on back there. LEDs as well.
It won't turn off.
There's a few things that tell a story, okay, and that I've been picking up on this car. First of all, it's got dings and dents everywhere. The whole front end not being connected indicates to me that there must have been an airbag blown, because look at this. It looks so much cleaner than the rest of the wheel. So I'm guessing someone did a cheap patch job on this. But it is a clean title.
Human.
We checked. Yeah, we're not going to run into the human. We did check. It is a clean title, which is great. I'm sure it has accident history on Carfax, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? I'm not even going to check. It doesn't matter. I mean, I already know the car's been hit. And the jack puck in the rear, like the included jack is out laying in the trunk, which means someone must have been stuck on the side of the road in this at some point trying to fix it. And there's some things hanging off underneath the car. Like, it's not perfect.
No.
But I do think that we have a couple things going for us. Parts for Golfs are really cheap because they've made a million Mark 7s and everything is interchangeable between e-Golf and standard Golf. The some electrical faults, okay, that's the big gamble, is why doesn't it regen? I don't know, but it charges fine. And it doesn't have much range. It's degraded. So my guess is it's got about 45 to 50 miles on a full charge, which when you have DC charging, or at least here in Colorado, there's DC chargers everywhere. So it's not actually that big of a deal to DC charge up for 5 or 10 minutes. Plus, I love charging. And I don't even know why I'm trying to convince myself to buy it. I'm going to go buy it. So let me go buy it. Well, you joined me back at Elite Motors, and actually they've been like super pleasant to deal with. They got all the paperwork ready while we were gone. We're a few hours later in the day. Alyssa and I had to run to a quick shoot with a new charger that's going in. I wanted to go take a look at the commissioning process, but they've got this Leaf here. I'm curious to see what he'll list it for. I don't think this one's listed for sale yet. And here's where I parked the e-Golf after our test drive. So hasn't really been anywhere, hasn't been washed, hasn't been detailed, but what do you expect? 3,500 bucks. Colton is going to have a field day. Look at the swirl marks in the paint. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was just looking up some of the things, researching a little bit. It seems like the control arm bushings are a known problem on the e-Golf. That's probably why it drives all funky. These are all simple, basic suspension things. Alignment, bushings. The big question is what's causing the regen not to work. But, you know, just a little tidy up all underneath the car. I'm sure it's got a little bit of bent something here or there. But I just want to make sure the airbag works from a safety perspective, that it's good to go. So again, I'll bring it to the Volkswagen dealer. And in this video, I'm going to go sign for it. I'm going to put the temp plate on it. We're actually going to drive it back up to Fort Collins. It's about, I don't know, 55 miles, something like that. So the first stop is the Model X is dead. I actually had to supercharge to get here. We made it to the supercharger at 0%. Then I put in just enough juice to get here in time. And so we're actually going to go back to either the EA station where we tested the charge or the EV Go on the other side. And we'll charge up the e-Golf, charge up the Tesla Model X. We'll juice those up. The tires in the e-Golf in the rear are looking pretty sad. We did put some air in the really low one on the other side. So maybe I'll find a place to set tire pressures. We will, of course, jump up on the road, and then I'll probably have to charge once to get back to Fort Collins. It's cold. The speeds are pretty high on our highways, so I might have to stop in Loveland. And I think this should be able to make it from here to Loveland on one charge, but of course, we'll find out and we'll give it a go. So that's the plan at the moment. I'm going to sign for the car. We'll take it, and then I'll probably just bring it to Volkswagen tomorrow and just say, hey, can you do a big safety check on this, order some Nokian tires for it, just make sure it's all good to go. And yeah, big safety check before we do anything.
What you got going on here?
Well, I have duct taped my temporary license plate to my new Volkswagen e-Golf. I was telling Alyssa, I think I'm more excited about this honestly trashed e-Golf than I was about my Model S Plaid. I don't know why. I just love these little technical term, shitbox electric cars.
POSs.
POSs, they're just, it's cheap and cheerful. It's a Golf. Parts are cheap. I was looking up like new seats, new interiors, $500. I mean, how can you beat it? And honestly, like, it'll be great to just, you know, unfortunately, we've had a lot of like our friends have car issues and need to borrow our cars, and the Model 3 is always the first one to go. And I miss my Model 3.
I love the Model 3.
And I want to drive that. And then, you know, our Leaf is with Patrick and Liv in California, so I haven't really driven that here. I bought the B class to have here, but that's at QC charge getting fixed, and it's going to take, honestly, it's not anytime soon. They're going to have to chase a rabbit hole. I don't even know how to describe what's going on with that car, but they can't figure out what's wrong with it, and it might take a while. So I kind of want like a cheap hatchback to just kind of bomb around, get, you know, have a little fun with, show our viewers you don't need to spend a lot of money to have an electric car, but at the same time you do need to have some left over for repairs, which I'm certainly planning on budgeting at least $1,500, $2,000 to get this car
No,
drivable.
you said 1,500. I'm holding you to that one.
I kind of want to get like Golf R suspension on it.
1,500. Sorry.
So we're gonna have some fun with this one. LED headlight upgrade needs to happen, among other things. And yeah, so I guess if I had the B class, I probably would not have bought this. But since that's taking so long, yeah, I don't know. It's not like I can get hurt on it. $3,500 when we get it back in running order, it's going to be a $5,000 car all day long.
Wow.
Yeah. So we need to go to the charger now. I'm going to film driving this home, which could be quite the adventure. Especially with the steering all sideways and everything not connected going up I-25. Whew. We haven't really even had it up at 75 miles an hour yet, and that's the speed limit.
True test autopilot over there.
Yeah, see what Tesla does to react to this thing flying all over the road. It really needs some torquing down on the suspension. So would you like to go to the Electrify America station or the EV Go? They're both pretty equidistant.
EV goes the opposite way, but I don't know. I'm hungry and we can figure that out.
All right, what if I say we go to the EA station? I think it's just a bit closer, and there seems to be more stuff there. So
okay.
Let's go to Electrify America.
In this beautiful machine.
E-Golf. Look at the taillights. They're nice. It's a Mark 7 Golf. You know, they did do a Mark 7.5 E-Golf with a little bit bigger battery and more range, and actually the floor pan's a bit higher for the larger battery pack. But
that's not it.
I want to, maybe we'll upgrade the battery in this one day.
Okay, yeah, good. Yeah. $1,500, that's it.
I'm just so thrilled with it, truly. I love it because now you can literally crash it into stuff, and who cares? Look at this. It's already been pre-crashed. Oh, it's so cool. You know, my Model S, I worry about it. Colton detailed it. My Rivian's got all this wrap on it. This thing, you know you've reached the end of the parking spot when you smash the wall on the other side. Time to go have fun.
And off he goes in the e-Golf, getting out of this parking situation here. And wow, look at that masterpiece. That is, the duct tape has it for me. That really sold the car for us, that it has to be put on with duct tape. But over to the EA station we go. I am not going to film with this traffic, and we'll see you guys there. Okay, well, I have activated the station. I've plugged the e-Golf in here. Actually, a car on the end just left, but I figured we'd give the high power charger to the Model X, the one that can do 500 amps. The reason is this one's at like 3% state of charge. We've just been on such a tight schedule. I've been hitting superchargers. This will actually be the third charge of the day, but I've only had like 2 to 5 minutes at each stop to supercharge it because we've just been running late throughout the day. So now we can actually give it a nice juicy charge. Let's see how the Golf is charging. Cable cooling's on, so you know it must be requesting some big power if it needs that much cooling. Continue. And we're doing 42 kilowatts. Look at that. Awesome. This thing's a freaking machine. And it says it's only 25 minutes to 100%. So that seems pretty good. Gonna let this thing juice up, and Alyssa's got her CCS adapter, but the only problem is you're on the wrong side of the car. Okay, so we switched around the cards, actually. I unplugged the Golf for a second. We're going to pay for the Golf with our credit card because this is going to be 48 cents per kilowatt hour, and this has a much smaller battery pack than the Model X, and this is 36 cents per kilowatt hour with my Pass Plus. The only problem is EA doesn't let you charge 2 cars at once,
And we are at 4% on the Model X, ripping 150, 160 kilowatts or so. Pretty sweet. 165 on the Model X now. Just reinitiated the Golf with the NIAX payment terminal. First time they've ever actually worked. Nice. And yeah, this thing's ripping along just fine, the Model X. And the Golf. Let's see, come on. How fast? No receipts, don't need it. How fast? 50% state of charge, 51, 42 kilowatts, just sitting flat. What a machine. 20 minutes to 100% now. Let's see, Alyssa's hungry, I'm hungry. I'm not seeing any food around here, although there might be, oh yeah, this Nook and Reel place. Oh, and look, a Rivian Amazon van. This day is just getting better and better. We have both cars charging up now, and we are just about to head over to this Hook and Reel restaurant. So looking forward to that. The Model X ripping along, 180 kilowatts now, sending the juice. Golf, 43 kilowatts, baby. My Leaf would be doing 10 at this state of charge. So call me impressed. It's only put in 1.3 kilowatt hours. It's gained a lot of percent. I think we have some serious degradation.
See?
Yeah, I know. Do you like those?
It's a friend.
Friend. They're very happy, aren't they?
Yeah, I've never seen the blinkers.
Yeah. See you later, Rivian. And then this rental car Solterra is here. I'm guessing because it was towed here because they ran out of charge. That's usually the case. So many Solterra and BZ4X rental cars here in Denver, and people are not liking them. We ready to go? Yeah. Okay, I might have to run out in just like 5 minutes for this thing because it's going to be done, but I'm going to full charge it, so let's go. Our appetizers just arrived, but it's been, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so. Looks like there's an e-Transit from Walmart backed in there, or pulled in there to charge on the EA station. Pretty cool. And yeah, I just have no way to monitor the e-Golf. I should have actually probably just kept my app on the e-Golf, so because the Tesla we have the remote access for. I'm not sure if the e-Golf has an app. I imagine it doesn't work, but I think the station is full at the moment with a line, so I'm gonna move, yeah, I'm gonna at least move the Model X because that has enough range to get back home. And if the e-Golf's not at 100, then yeah, we'll pull that out of the way. So let's see which one we can unplug. What is the Golf at? What will it say? Oh, Golf's at 100. No way. Must have just completed. Put in 8 kilowatt hours from 50 to 100. So maybe it's got 14, 15 kilowatt hours usable, something like that. Okay, not bad. So let me get this off first since it's literally not charging. And let me get the Plaid off second. By the time I do that, hopefully our food is just arriving and we've timed this perfectly. Wow, I cannot believe how fast the e-Golf has top charged. So let's get this out of the way. Now that it has reached 100%, it's indicating 38 miles, okay? What if I put it in Eco Plus? Now it's indicating 39 miles, so maybe 40 miles of range. That's with climate control off. Yikes. I also do need to fill up the tires. I know that one is low. All the warnings popping.
I've never done this.
Okay, interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I got some chicken fingers. Well, viewers, you join me in the Golf where I'm getting a migraine from the intense smoke smell in here. And we have to get home. So thankfully there are more and more chargers along I-25. But I think my first stop is going to be a charger that I know pretty well. Interestingly, I did just full charge the Golf, but you can see it's at like 95% or 90% maybe. Perhaps it doesn't get up to 100% on DC, or perhaps there's like an override, or perhaps it's just not balanced and it has no idea what's in the tank. We're going to go to EVgo, the Lark Ridge one in Thornton. So I'll see you over there. It's 14 miles.
That's as far as we're going the first time?
Just the first leg, yeah.
EVgo?
Just because there's a big stretch after that with like sketchy chargers that I don't trust.
In Lark?
Lark Ridge shopping mall in Thornton. Hell yeah. So do I have some menus in here? Let's turn this system on. Whoa. E-manager, basic settings. Oh, max charging current, max. Allow climate control using battery. I don't even know what that means. Oh, minimum battery charge level, 0. What? I don't understand. This must be for conditioning the car. This is all really funny. Okay, this is like going back in time. Selection, E-display, potential +4 miles, setup, ESC. Okay, it already doesn't work in this. So we've already been in that menu. Units, service, miles per kilowatt hour, nice. I'm just gonna drive it normally and see what my efficiency is.
Right,
Yeah.
You gotta see.
Because I've just been ripping on it so far.
Oh, of course.
So let's go cruise.
Just passing by this lovely vehicle here. And we're off to the charger like Kyle said. And I would say, you know, for the price, I'm not 100% sure if it would be worth it when it comes to like the real grand scheme of you're buying a cheap EV. Do you buy this car? I mean, for $3,500 and you can only go, I mean, I guess we'll see how far we can go. But to see if we can only go like 50 miles or so, I don't quite know if that's worth that kind of money. I'd rather just get an old beat up Honda Civic, I don't know, for that kind of money. But here he comes, just racing. Actually, I think that's a Tesla. I don't even know. Just now reaching our exit. Kyle has been swerving, bumping around. He literally just passed me to get in front of me so I could film, and told me that I need to move to the right because he was about to crash into me. So yeah, this is just wonderful, beautiful, safe experience here. So we're heading over to the EVgo charger, which is literally right over there. So we'll pop right over there and see how that charging session goes. And Kyle, I guess we'll talk about his efficiency and what it's looking like as of right now.
We have arrived to our first charging stop with 31 miles predicted after 14 miles of driving. Actually, let's just see if we can pull up I reset the extended period, and let's see, we got 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour coming here. Awesome. It really drives like crap on the highway. Interestingly, the two Arias over here are taking up the slow chargers that I was going to use. Port B on this one isn't working, but port A is. So normally I would not take the high power charger here, but again, that's our only option at the moment, the only available plug. So let's get plug A plugged in, and we're going to juice it up for the long stretch up to Loveland. But honestly, after that highway cruise, I am much more enthusiastic about the range of this car. I mean, I really think it's a true 50-mile highway range. Oh no, bad news. Well, the port on the right doesn't work, and the port on the left seemingly isn't working as well. It's very possible that these don't communicate with the Golfs because they charge on an old charging standard, but I think they still should. It could be that this charger is just dead, and that's why the two Arias are over there on the slow chargers. That would kind of add up. The good news is we are not dead, and there are other options, even though they are sketchy ones that I don't necessarily rely on, but maybe we go for it anyway. I'll do a little bit of digging, talk to Alyssa about what our next plan should be, and I'll hit you with the plan. By the way, the sound system in this car, it's got Bluetooth audio. The volume knob is like really temperamental, but if you put right pressure on it, it'll actually go, and it bumps. It's got a good sound system on this one. So, okay, let me, I guess no use moving this out of the way. Let's talk to Alyssa, figure out our plan, and go to another charger. Just to give everyone an impression of where we are and just how much CCS charging infrastructure we have here in the Denver area. It's truly insane. I remember when we had just a couple dots, and I've been to pretty much every single one of these stations, and they've just blown up. It's been crazy. Now, we live, of course, just up here in Fort Collins, about 1 hour north of Denver, right on the edge, I would say, of the Denver metro area. And, whoa.
Sorry.
Bless you. That scared me. That was really loud.
I couldn't help it.
Okay, no worries. So this is where I normally used to be the last charging stop before you make it up to EA and Loveland. You can see now there's still a pretty big stretch here, but there are a couple stations under construction through here. So this one, which is a nice one, Come and Go, they have ChargePoint Express Plus units there. They say they're both available, but everyone says very broken. Max charge rate was 1.7 kilowatts, completely useless. Still stuck at 1.8 kilowatts, stuck there for 3 months. These are only a couple of days ago. It has a 1.2 plug score rating. So I'm not sure I trust that ChargePoint station. This is honestly the truth of dealing with CCS charging. Even though we have stations in the ground, are they working? I don't know. And then we have a couple more up here. United Power. This one we probably could hit. This one's right by the highway. It's a ChargePoint Express Plus 62 kilowatt unit, which is totally fine. You can see it from the highway. Very convenient. And 200 amp charger, which is plenty. I don't think the e-Golf is ever going to take that much. So there's also a Toyota dealer that's EV Connect, but I'd rather go to the farther away one now that I know I have quite a bit of range. What do you think, Alyssa?
Yeah, let's push it.
United Power Carbon Valley. Let's see how far away that is from here. Let's take a look. It's only 11 miles. Oh, I could easily do that. Another Rivian Amazon van going by in the distance. It's on the other side of this building. Straight ahead here to your right. To your right. There you go. Nice. Good catch. Okay. So there's also a Magic Dock location not far from here we could have hit as well. So many options. So yeah, let's go to this one. 11 miles up the road. This is like old school EV road tripping. Got to think in
That's why you love it so much.
It just feels like I'm on a road trip, but I'm just trying to get home from the city.
Literally like what, 50 miles away?
Yeah, 56 miles to downtown Denver from our house.
Yeah.
All right. So I will United Power Carbon Valley. Let's see if Tesla can do this through voice. Navigate to United Power Carbon Valley. Done. Normally I don't use voice, but that was nice.
Destination may be closed.
Yeah, but the charger's 24/7. So it looks like we're going to just... It wants us to exit I-25? What?
What do you mean?
No, we're going to have to get off the frontage road here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought it was like, turn right off the highway. Okay, see you over there. Okay. I'll race you.
Oh, okay. Race is on. That is one thing. You tried to close the door. You have to shut it so hard in order for the door to close. And I don't remember how to even shut the dang door. Close all. There we go. And now it'll close. Close. Jeez. Technology these days. Oh boy. All right. Let's get her going.
You join us now 11 miles up the road, 22 miles of range predicted. I think we're just under 50%, maybe 45. We have the ChargePoint charger here working, but we also have a level 2 station. I'm actually going to plug in the AC charger first because, yeah, we tried it level 1. I just want to make sure the onboard charger is totally functioning. So 7.4 kilowatts. Let's send it over to the Golf and then we'll DC charge. Whoa, this thing has a freaking 7 kilowatt onboard charger. What? Hold on. Let's take a look. Loading. Wait, it hasn't loaded up here yet. Here we go. Look at this. 7 kilowatt charger. And this is probably at business voltage. So it's got a 7.7 kilowatt onboard charger in this thing, and it works.
Wow.
Holy smokes. So the poor range, if you have charging at home and work, which we will have charging at the office and at home, just keep that thing on a charger all the time.
Yeah, you'll be a forever Professor Leaf owner at the office.
This is way cooler than the Leaf. Way cooler than the Leaf. Oh, this one's got the new ChargePoint, sort of still diagnostic charging up. Whoa! Wow, it's doing 125 amps, so that's its request. 42 kilowatts. That makes sense. A lot of chargers in the early days were 125 amp, 50 kilowatt chargers. And this one can do 200 amps, this charger. So this is the vehicle request, is 125 amps. Pack voltage is pretty low, but not that bad. And it's doing 42 kilowatts. So we haven't really run it dead yet, but we have been running it kind of, mid-pack. So I think we're going to juice it up till whenever it tapers below 42 kilowatts. There's no reason to leave now because that's its maximum charging power. And then we'll blast to Loveland. I think we got ourselves a smoking deal. To be honest, every time I hit a bump, I think I'm going to die. Like, I had to scream at you to move over when we were on the phone because I thought I was going to sideswipe you. Truly, I've never driven a car that is more unpredictable and unstable. It's like there is no suspension connected to the vehicle. You hit a bump and you're like, whoa! And somehow it recovers. So it just needs new suspension, new wheels, new tires, new interior, well, I want to put the LED headlights on because I'm weird and I like the way the facelift LED headlights look. And then we're good. And a detail. $10 for 4 kilowatt hours?
Oh my God.
What the heck? Anyway, the e-Golf tapers at 70%. This one does. And here we are at 72% down to 41 kilowatts. So it peaked. What was the maximum charge rate? 44 kilowatts.
Oh.
And it's just walking its way down here after 70. That's really not bad.
Not at all.
Not bad at all. It's doing 40 kilowatts at 70. I love this thing. Imagine this on like some good wheels, lowered down, get the paint dialed in. Man, get the good LEDs, get some aggressive splitter and diffuser. You can really dial these things in. So we're down to 11 kilowatts at 91%. So it is really, but we've only charged 15 minutes. Like, they're quick little stops. I'm not going to say it's like the ultimate road tripper. It also only has an air-cooled battery pack. I don't think I've mentioned that in this video. And I do think there is some sort of DC fast charging limit in a certain period of time on the Golfs. I'm not sure if that's true, but I think it is. Okay, well, 90 something percent. What are we, 92, 93% now? 92. I say we go. We should be. It's only doing 9 kilowatts. That's like level 2 speed. Yeah, so let's unplug. Let's go. If it doesn't look like I'll make it home, I can always swing into EA and stop and charge. But time to hit the road. Hell yeah. 43 miles of range. That's not even in eco mode. Let's hit eco mode here. Boom, eco. 45 miles of range. This is a 50-mile range car all day long. Love it. Ignore the warnings, friends. Wow, the smell really hits you when you get into this thing. And this windshield, yeah, it needs a little bit of TLC. Then we'll be good to go. We are on my street and the range is amazing. 13 miles, 25%. It just keeps increasing and increasing. And I just drove 65 miles an hour pretty much the whole way over here. And it was, wow, this thing is totally usable. And I think it has more range than my little electric smart car right there. And good morning, viewers. It is now the next day. I have charged up the e-Golf to 100%. And let's take a look at it. 53 miles, no way. Check that out, 53 it's projecting now. So what happens if we turn it on? Will it let you go into gear? No, not while it's plugged in. Oh wait, this is where we can actually set a charge limit to 80% or something if we wanted to. Oh, 55 miles now. Epic. So originally these things had roughly a 80-ish mile range when new. A roughly 20 kilowatt hour usable battery pack when new. I think it was 24 kilowatt hours installed. I did a little bit of research last night. And they seem to really not degrade very much. And I would agree. I would say, 55 miles. It's cold outside today. Considering that was mostly highway use. I think this battery's held up better than we expect. I was guessing maybe 14 to 16 kilowatt hours out of 20 when new. That's not bad. And it's totally usable. Now, with the DC fast charging capabilities to get around the area, if you charge once or twice throughout the day, it will be totally usable, totally doable. No road trips for this one though, because once the battery hits a hot temperature, it will actually just kind of cut off charging and maybe not even DC charge at all until the battery cools back down. I've already been researching new suspension, new lower control arm bushings, and maybe even doing solid bearings on everything. Really, I think we should turn this into a little bit of a tuner hot hatch, get some nice wheels, lower it, a little bit of aero, good headlights, good interior. Let's make this thing look nice, and we'll do it on the cheap. We won't use the nicest quality parts, but we'll just make it better than it is. Because as far as I can tell, This thing's in good shape. I am going to bring it to the Volkswagen dealer and have them scan the battery pack because they have all the specific Volkswagen stuff. Tell me what's going on, what's wrong with the electrical system malfunction that it's pulling up. But yeah, I'm just thrilled. Got to get new wheels and tires ASAP because these tires are just trash. I think I'm just going to spray paint this. I don't need to do anything fancy, you know. We'll just spray paint it. Hell yeah. Well, can't thank you guys enough for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. Thanks for joining me on this adventure to get the Golf. And many fun miles ahead, I'm sure. This will be an interesting one to see how it holds up over time. And of course, once we get the smoke smell out and we kind of get it dialed, then this is a great car for when people come into town, they can borrow it and it's actually usable. The smart car is just slightly unusable if you have to pop down to Denver or do something. This, with DC charging capability, you can pretty much get anywhere around our area without worrying about it. You just might have to stop once or twice a day to charge up. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you on another one again soon. Bye-bye.